and welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the NBA playoff preview episode. Yes, I know we're just slightly late. The first round has officially begun, but we're not too far in, and been wanting to get this out to you. To be 100% honest, it's all Drew's fault. Um, Drew's been putting us off, and now he's not even here. So, unfortunately, there's only three of us tonight. Myself, Wade, and Ray are here to give the playoff preview. Uncle Doug did give us his picks for the playoff round, so good on him. Drew, again, fell short. I don't know. Drew needs to get his priorities straight, I think. Podcast before all. I think that's what the motto is.
Exactly,
Yeah, Drew, show up.
Quit running your life away.
That's funny.
But that being said, I think we can kind of get started. We want to start in the East or the West, boys?
Let's go with the East.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think the 1-8 matchup is the Detroit Pistons and my Orlando Magic. Which, to be fair, at this point, the series is 1-0 Orlando. I will say Uncle Doug picked the Pistons to come out of this series. What's everybody else's pick?
I think it'd be a fun story if your Magic won, but I'm not sure if they're gonna quite pull it off. I'll probably give the Pistons the nod on this one.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Are you gonna go for your boys?
I am gonna go with the Magic.
There you go.
I thought a lot about it. I watch Uncle Doug and Drew pick the Lakers a lot, and I watch Ray pick the Pacers a lot, and I don't really do that for my team. I don't know that I'm gonna make them have them win the finals.
Come on, don't be a pussy, man.
But I do think we've looked really good two games in a row. Not that saying it's gonna stay forever, but we actually play the Pistons well anyway during the regular season the last couple of years. And for the first time in quite some time, we're healthy. So if we can stay healthy the rest of the series, I think we got a shot. And we stole a game on the road, so I'm gonna pick my Magic to come out of the series.
Okay.
I feel like if you're a real fan and your team's up 1-0, you gotta ride with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta ride.
Ray, what's your thoughts, buddy?
As much as I love to see the Magic beat the Pistons, I'm gonna have to go with the Pistons and ride them out in this series because I don't see the Magic maybe sticking at that, kind of holding it down like they did the first game. I think the Pistons will adjust and make maneuvers and show why they're the first seed. But I mean, it'd be cool if the Magic would beat them, but I don't know if they got it in them.
Fair enough. And then the 2-7 matchup is the Celtics 76ers, which is also 1-0, only this time to the top seeded Celtics. That first game was ugly, and I think this series could be ugly.
Yeah, I got Celtics all day.
Yeah, I have to agree. Philly looked fucking just broke down.
They are broke down.
It's not just Philly; it's Philly without Embiid.
Yeah. So what happened to him? Because I kept waiting for him to come in the game.
His appendix burst.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh.
There is something different every playoffs. It seems like.
Dude, I swear.
It's almost kind of like
something.
Cursed or something.
Yeah, like it's getting to the point where it's like it's getting more creative. It's like, what is happening?
What
to
was
this
it
guy?
a couple years ago? The thing where he was like,
well, like a year or two ago, he had that disease where his face was drooping.
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. That's what I was trying to
What's that
remember.
called?
Cerebral palsy?
That doesn't sound
No, that's
right.
So Bell's palsy.
Bell's
that
palsy?
sounds. I don't know. I'm
one
not
of the
a doctor,
palsies.
but I think people know what we're referring to.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't control his face; it was drooping like one side. Like the mountain from Game of Thrones, the professional strongman.
Yeah.
He has it.
Yeah.
Really bad. One side of his mouth was messed up for a long time.
And then he also had, of course, he's had knee problems, back problems.
whining problems.
He's broken his face in the
Yeah, he
playoffs.
broke his orbital bone. Yeah, right before the playoffs, right too. He broke his
Um,
orbital bone.
Yeah, of course, the knee injuries have been constant every year of his career.
Mm.
So it's not just like one or two. It's literally, he's, it's every year.
And instead of getting healthy that one year, he decided to play in the Olympics, which is a stupid fucking move.
That was before last year, right? When he only
Yeah.
played like 30 games or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was that stat you sent the other day? Joker has more triple doubles in the past 3 years than Embiid has games played.
Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that was hilarious.
That's insane. If you actually think about that,
Yeah.
that's kind of nuts. Like, I'd feel really, really bad if I was Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And I know some of it's not his fault. He can't control if his body just breaks down. But that guy, dude, I just don't. At this point, it's not gonna happen. I mean, his body just is what it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
just you got to trust in the process, Wade. Maybe the process takes 20 years.
He is the process. That's the problem. And the
Yeah.
process didn't.
But the other thing is though too though,
Mm.
you think about this. I mean, Maxi and VJ look really really good together, man.
They do.
I think if you're the franchise, you just gotta move along. Can't
Yeah.
talk.
They should have got off Embiid. I think. Now I know it's tough when he was the franchise guy, so it makes it complicated. But it's not like you didn't see all this shit coming. But like right now, does he have that much value?
I wouldn't think so, especially with that huge contract.
So I'm saying, like, you can't. His every year this goes on, his value goes down and down and down, and I don't know.
Well, it's the same thing with Paul George too. It's like people keep swooping him up, and something always happens. Big Central, you know.
Well, this year he got tested positive for a banned substance.
Exactly. You know.
He
I
claimed
don't
it
think
was,
he's all there anymore.
I mean, I don't know what it was, but
Well, Uncle Doug also played the Celtics, so I think that's a unanimous Celtics, correct?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and then the 3-seeded Knicks and the 6-seeded Hawks. This series is also 1-0 with the Knicks up one game.
Yep.
Personally, I think this young running gun, athletic, defense first Hawks team is kind of fun, to be honest with you. They kind of have issues with the Magic. So maybe I shouldn't say that too loud, but but I don't think they have the horses to go with the Knicks.
No. Knicks are just more talented at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got more guys in their primes, guys that are just at a higher echelon of the NBA.
Well, who's the main star for the Hawks? Probably nobody, huh?
What's his name? The
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson. He had a really great year.
He's a brand new star player.
Right, but he's no Brunson. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, he's not on Brunson's level yet. The Knicks have 5 or 6 really good NBA players, like that vary from superstar to star role players, and it's a pretty legit like 6 guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even always play that well together, and they're still, usually a good team just because they're just talented.
Uncle Doug also picked the Knicks.
Okay.
And then the last first round series in the Eastern Conference is the 4-5 matchup, Cavs Raptors, which we're currently watching game 2 as we speak. And the Cavs are up 1-0. I think this is similar to the last series. I do think the Raptors have improved this year. I think they have some decent things going for them, but I don't think they have the dogs to go with the Cavs.
No, I agree.
I mean, not right now is what we've been seeing, you know. I mean, but you got Donovan Mitchell that can just score fucking 40 points whenever he feels like it, you know. And then you got the two bigs. I mean, who's Toronto got that can guard those guys?
No, they've actually been playing pretty well in the series. I mean, Jared Allen is a famous playoff no-show guy, and he's actually having a decent series. I think that says something right there for
Right.
the Raptors bigs anyway.
I mean, they were terrible in that Pacers series last year. Like none of the supporting cast really showed up.
They got real injury prone last year too, didn't they?
Well, they had Garland who they sat out because of a toe, and then he came in for a little bit, and they just put him right back on the bench.
Yeah, I think Garland played like 2 games last year in the playoffs,
I
and
felt like Allen and Mobley both missed a couple
Allen
games
Mobley
too.
missed. Mitchell missed a game. Like
Yeah.
out of that, what
Wasn't
was
like
it?
Struce out or something too at one point or something like that?
Yeah, I mean they it was Hunter.
Or okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's getting to the point where it's yeah.
I'll be honest with you, they obviously made an all-in move by trading for Harden, but I really think this may be the year like that they excuse me.
Bless you.
This may be the like they need to win it or at least come out of the East. Like
Yeah.
If they bare minimum they gotta make a conference finals, at least showing that they're making the final four, and it's an improvement from where they've been. I think
they haven't got a second round yet with all this talent.
no, they made it to what 2 straight second rounds and the
Yeah.
first round the year before.
And this year, so far, they're healthy. So I don't think they have any excuses. And they, like you said, they made the Harden trade to go all in. Like, and I'll be honest with you, Harden beginning of series and in blowout series is gonna play really well for him, and maybe save Mitchell for crunch time when Harden will disappear.
Yep. Well, we've all seen that numerous times.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's switch over to the Western Conference first round. The 1-8 matchup of OKC and Phoenix.
I mean, Suns got Dylan Brooks. You never know what's gonna happen. No, I gotta pick OKC on that
I was gonna
bitch.
say I think I know.
Yeah.
I think OKC might sweep them.
I think OKC will sweep them as well. I mean, they're just. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Suns have been one of those teams this year that have probably overachieved. They've probably played better than the collection of talent they have, and they've been tough and gritty and things like that. But the problem is OKC is also tough and gritty, but then also super talented on top of it.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's playoff time now, so there's no fucking around.
yeah,
So they're all those perimeter pit bulls they have that they can just sick on people or let loose, and they're allowed to be a lot more physical in the postseason. It's a whole nother ball game.
and I watched that first game, man, or at least the first half of it, and Dylan Brooks smacked Chet in the face, and they gave him a flagrant, and that was really early in the game, like first quarter, real early in the game, and like he's not like Draymond, where he gets his first flagrant and then becomes Teflon, and they refuse to give him a second flagrant. Like,
Oh yeah.
it kind of neuters Brooks, and he's not effective. And not that I don't even know how effective he's gonna. They're not gonna put him on SGA.
No.
So, like, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. And Booker had he had like 22 points in the first half, and I was like, man, Booker's gonna match SGA. Like, this is gonna be crazy. And he scored like 3 points in the second half.
Oh
I
man.
was like, jeez.
I just think the talent difference right in that matchup that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, OKC's got two starting lineups, really.
Yeah. Then the 2-7 matchup is the Spurs and Portland. Which I will say this, guys. This series actually very interests me. I'm going to make sure and watch the whole series, for however many games it does go, because I do think the Spurs will win. But first off, Wemby is usually pretty interesting by himself, but the matchup against Klingon is actually really interesting to me. Like two just giants. And then on top of it, Denny Avia, who I had on my midseason top 10, is actually back and playing well. He was hurt for a little while. He went for 41 in their playing game, and then went for 30 last night, or was the last night? Yeah, I think last night when they played game one. Um, I just think it's going to be an interesting series. I mean, some of those young guys for the Spurs, you just never know what you're going to get out of young guys in the playoffs, like Harper and Castle and even Wemby for that matter. Because in reality, last night Wemby scored well, but he didn't rebound. He didn't block a ton of shots. I'm not saying he played bad. I just mean like he even wasn't completely didn't seem like completely. I think he only had like 4 rebounds last night.
Oh, yikes.
So I just don't know that you can ever guess what you're going to get out of young guys in the playoffs. And again, I picked the Spurs to win. But I am just saying, like, I think it could be a cool series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is Damian Lillard gonna make a magical recovery in an overnight or something?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I will say this though: if I was Portland, I think your only chance is to try and get Wemby in foul trouble. And you have guys like Shaden Sharp and Avia and Scoot Henderson who attack the rim pretty relentlessly anyway. And then you have somebody like Kling. I think you got to give Kling post touches against Wemby just to see if you can get him in foul trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you got to try something. I mean, do you want to win or, just be a bunch of bitches and just lay down?
I tell you what, though, there was a play last night. I think it was the third quarter that Wemby he drove hard on Klingon and then went to spin back, and Drew Holiday was standing there, and like almost like he read the spin, and then just like grabbed the ball, and Wemby went down a heap, like no foul. It looked really clean,
Okay.
and Wemby didn't get up until the ball was scored at the other end, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's hurt because he was just like laying there like. And he was like had his hands on his stomach like this, and I was like, "Oh crap! Did Wemby just get hurt in his first ever playoff game?" And then he like slowly got up and like, but they didn't take him out. He just kept playing. And I was like, "Oh,
I was
Okay.
just trying to sell it, or
I don't know. I was a little concerned there for a minute though."
It's funny how we're using wrestling terms and basketball foul calls.
I mean that's unfortunately become.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Well, are we all picking the Spurs? By the way, I don't know if I asked you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, for sure.
And then we have the 3-6 matchup of Denver and Minnesota. Denver is up 1-0 in that series. Did you say they played later tonight, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tight first matchup, though. I will give them that. I watched a little bit of that game.
I watched it as well. Yep. Minnesota got off to a big lead in the first quarter, and Timberwolves had to come back, or not Timberwolves. Denver had to come back. And it was a good game in the second half. Very physical, very chippy. I think that series there's a lot of technicals given out. I think that series may get very, very chippy before it's all said and done.
But
Yeah, I agree with that.
still got to pick the Joker. I got to go with the Nuggets on that one.
Yeah, me too. And it's sad because I really enjoy watching Anthony Edwards in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is like my least favorite matchup, even though it's like maybe the best matchup because I didn't want to see those two guys play each other in the first round,
Right.
Joker and Ant. But it'll be a really fun first round, I think. But
Here's something Drew will like this, I think. This is something that really bothers me, man. How are you going to have a 4-time defensive player of the year, and he's a big man, and you're not going to have him guard the other team's dominant big?
Yeah.
because he can't.
I know he can't, but I'm just saying, like, that should say something. Like, are we serious right now? Did we ever have games where you're like, hey, Mutombo, I know, Lajuan's here, Robinson's here, whatever, but you're not going to guard them.
Right. It's like saying, hey, here's a placeholder from whatever we want to do later on. But I mean, you're just holding on to him. It's like either shit and get off the pot, or, I mean, just keep going down this raggedy road of, mediocrity.
I just don't like, and you're right, Wade. He does tend to torch. I don't even remember his name.
Gobert.
Gobert. Thank you. Kept wanting to say Wemby, and I knew that wasn't it.
He has a 60-point triple-double against them. And
Yeah.
a 50-point, and a 40-point, and whatever else, a 30 and a 20-point triple-double.
You know, so he does tend to torch Gobert, but like at the same time, like, well then, what like he's just a really good weak side defender. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, analytics say it's the most valuable thing, so that's what people go off of.
I mean, they have McDaniel guarding Joker a lot.
I think I'd put someone like Naz Reid on him.
Nas Reed spends a decent amount of time on too, but you know he's a bench player. He's not always in the game.
I think that'd be a better matchup than McDaniel. McDaniel can just literally get slapped around. Jokic just be like, "Get the fuck out of my way! You're just a gnat to me." Ugh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big Denver.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ant, I think everybody's got Denver.
Yeah, Uncle Doug does as well. And then the last first round matchup, the 4-5 matchup again, is Lakers Rockets, and it's a mess. Reeves is out, Luke is out, Durant was out game 1. They don't know what he's doing for game 2. They won't even really tell us fully what's wrong with his knee. Said he hurt it in practice, and I haven't heard anything since about like what he actually did to it.
Yeah.
It's always a contusion.
Yeah, which just means bruise.
A fucking bruise.
You know, did he fall or something? You know, like I don't know. It's weird.
They're either covering something up, or he's embarrassed by doing something stupid, or it's one of those weird things. They're either trying to downplay something big, or
I mean, before that, I thought it was going to be a Rockets series because I was like, no Luka, no Reeves. Like, I think KD and the Rockets take it, but like, then KD goes down, Lakers win game 1, and you're just sitting here like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who's going to play.
Yeah, Rockets didn't look good at all. I was
No, they look bad. Yeah, you're right on that.
They're just roaming around. They lost. But with that said, I am going to pick the Rockets. I think they'll pull out of it, get their heads out of their fucking asses.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I should say, what are all of our picks? Sorry, couldn't get a spit out there.
I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to think.
Uncle Doug to the Lakers. Imagine that.
But of course.
You know, I don't know what to do. I feel like either way, you could be completely screwed. Luka could come back. KD could come back. Neither could come back, and then who knows?
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna go with Houston because I think KD has a better chance of playing than the other hurt guys. I think Reeves is done. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I thought that's what they said.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
But Luka still seems to be pretty up in the air, so I guess I'll go with Houston, but I don't feel good about it.
No.
I don't either. I mean, obviously, I want Houston to win. I'm a big Kevin Durant guy, and Amin Thompson guy, but I just have a feeling Luka's going to come back. When he comes back, the Lakers are going to win. I've had a bad feeling about it the entire time. I can just feel it in my bones. It's what's going to happen. Either way, I don't think either team's going to win the second round. So, it doesn't really matter. I'll just go with Houston since might as well.
Okay.
All right. Ray, did you give a pick?
Yeah, Rockets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we all went to Rockets there except for Uncle Doug. All right, back to the East for the second round. For you two gentlemen and Uncle Doug, it'll be Pistons, Cavs, and for me, it'll be Magic, Cavs.
I'll have to pick the Cavs on that one. I think they're the more offensively good team. I think the little shit that happened to him last year, that little toboggle in the Pacers series where everybody just lay down, except for Donovan Mitchell. I think that's kind of motivating them this year. Pistons after the Magic game one. I don't know. I mean, I did pick them, but I think I have to go with the Cavs for round two.
Yeah, I've been a Cavs supporter for 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, they've fucked me because I picked them to make it past the second round, and they get me in that round every year. But I'm going for a third year in a row. Third time's a charm, boys. We're going for it.
We can only hope.
I just don't like the Pistons in the postseason. The
I
only
don't
reason, the only reason I haven't picked the Magic is I think the Magic are also. I think they're both very similar teams. They both have a lot of like athletic, big, strong guys that can be physical with teams. And I think the Magic are actually kind of a bad matchup for the Pistons because the Pistons can't really bully the Magic around. I just think the Magic are a little bit more inconsistent. I mean, obviously, look at the regular season, at their records, but again, it's a weird matchup, and the Pistons are a 1 seed, so it really shouldn't be something you're worried about.
Yeah.
And in the second round, I just don't like their outside of Cade Cunningham, man. That offense, them and the Rockets, man. Those offenses are just not. They don't give you confidence.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because I agree with you. I think Cade being essentially a one-man show on offense is not beneficial to a long playoff run. But who's guarding him from Cleveland? Like, you're not going to put Mitchell or Harden on him.
Guard wise, no one will.
Yeah.
I mean that's a weakness. That's their biggest weakness of a team is Harden and Mitchell. Neither one guard anybody. But that's also why you pay the two big guys. Like,
Yeah.
they're,
Well, here's my other thing too. The last couple years in the playoffs, especially the second round, those two bigs have gotten embarrassed in the playoffs. Like they not that they are like not skilled, like they don't show up. It's they get bullied.
yeah.
And I mean, I watched the Magic do it 2 years in a row. Like we didn't win the series, but we bullied their bigs. And like with a team like the Pistons, you can't show weakness like that. Like Beef Stew will just turn them into his little punks.
Yeah, I mean, Beach too out physical him, but he sucks. He ain't gonna score the ball or anything.
No. I just mean like Jared Allen seems to like give up and like I don't want to play no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They both also had playoff periods over the past couple of years where one of them balls out when the other one doesn't play.
yes.
They do better when the other one's not on the court. I think they piss each other off a little bit.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think the Cavs are at a weird spot where I think things will go better with Harden because Garland was more of a score first guard. Well, Harden at this point in his career is a legit passing point guard. This isn't Houston James Harden who's going to go for 38 a game, but you know, so he can kind of distribute to everyone and at least make things maybe a little easier on offense. And then, I mean, Mobley's superpower isn't banging down low anyway. It's just defensive versatility.
Yeah.
That's his superpower. He's a nightmare in pick and rolls, and he can guard legit like 4 positions. Allen just, I don't know.
He's a pretty typical big, like,
Yeah.
you know, play down low, rebound, block shots, stuff like that.
I agree with you. One of them has to be able to bang down low. You need one. You need that guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get what you're saying. You're right. The Pistons, man. The Pistons. And I like some of their players. I don't know. Their offense just
So
rough.
excuse me, I keep yawning.
Really, I have to a couple times.
So Ray took the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
And Wade, you're saying the Cavs as well?
Yeah, I'm going Cavs.
Okay. Well, for my matchup, it is Cavs Magic instead of Cavs Pistons. I will say I'm interested in this series because we obviously played the Cavs in the first round the last 2 years and have taken them to like 7 games. But Mitchell tends to have some good series against. I mean, Mitchell's just a proven playoff scorer, to be honest. Um, but Paolo has also had some really monster series against them, and they seem to even out, and they just kind of squeak by us in the end. The part that gives me worry is I've watched game after game the last couple years with Harden as a Clipper just give us like 40. Um, so it worries me that both of them tend to have good series against us. Because I'll be honest with you, I kind of do want to pick the Magic. But I think I am gonna go with Cleveland here.
And the homer stops here.
Yeah.
It's just funny because, it's my third year in a row, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one the past couple years, but we're putting our faith in the Cavs again to get past that second round.
Well,
We'll see
Uncle
what
Doug did
happens.
not. Uncle Doug took the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
So our next second round, and I believe everybody, including Uncle Doug, has the exact same matchup, is Knicks Celtics, which I think could be a good series.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Knicks beat the Celtics last year, right?
Yes. And Tatum, that's when Tatum tore his Achilles.
But they were down 2-0, and they were losing in the game he got hurt in. So it kind of looked like...
Wasn't the series farther than 2-0? Like, weren't they getting ready to lose the series when he got hurt?
Maybe it was. But I know they were down in the series. I guess what I was trying to say.
They were losing for sure.
When he got hurt. It wasn't like, back and forth series and he gets hurt and they lose. It was like they were getting beat. Yeah. Although I do think there was something going on with the Celtics at that point. Like, they seemed to come out of the playing the Magic and just, like, forgot how to play offense. I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be, I think, one of the better series if this is how it plays out. This will be one of the best series of the playoffs, I think, on both sides of the bracket. This will be some pretty intense games, I think, which will be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? This is what the Knicks built their squad for. Yeah, they got Brunson and Townsend, those guys, but they got Anunoby, they got Bridges, they got Hart, and those guys are all defensive-minded wings to deal with guys like Brown and Tatum.
I agree.
And that's all fine and dandy, but then the Celtics got 5 other guys that shoot lights out at 3-point range.
We've got a bunch of randos that have been good role players this year.
Yeah, and their role is to shoot threes.
Yeah.
And be scrappy on defense, pretty much.
Yep.
I'll be honest, guys. I do think it'll be a really fun series. I'm taking Boston, though. I think Boston's going to beat them.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I think Boston's going for the jugular in the East.
To be honest with you, Boston just looks really good right now.
Because Tatum's already playing close to Tatum level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's not 100%, but he's already like 85.
And Jaylen Brown just had the best year of his career.
Yeah. And even though Derek White had a weird year, Derek White's still a superb basketball player and great guy to have on your team. Guy that can literally help do everything, play defense, facilitate, bring the ball up, shoot.
And
one of the greatest shot blocking guards in NBA history.
That's true. But who thought Peyton Pritchard was this?
Yeah.
Right.
He's like a microwave.
Mm-hmm.
They got that big guy that they've been playing a lot this year that's been really good for them.
Opeta or whatever.
I don't remember all their damn names. They got all these new guys that have been.
Yeah.
But
then they got Garza and Vucevic.
Yeah.
Garza's good.
Is Vucevic out? Is he playing?
No, he was playing.
He missed the last few weeks of the season, but he's back now.
Okay.
They were talking. Simmons was talking about that the other day. They're trying to get him to get into game shape during this series, so hopefully he can be effective later.
I don't even know in certain matchups. I don't know if he'll play.
Right, I agree, but
he'll be effective in certain matchups though. It just depends on who he
plays. To be honest with you, he's not a terrible matchup for Cat.
Oh, and have someone to bang on Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they both are just camping 3-point land on offense half the time. So
They both rebound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how you want to match up against the Knicks. Unless you wanted to go smaller and have like a just Tatum can guard bigs some.
Yeah.
And especially if it's someone like Cat who's going to try and play half the time like a guard, you can stick a Tatum on him I say Tatum's a legit 6'10". He's
Yeah.
big. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
But then you have a phenomenal matchup on the other end. What's Towns going to try and guard Tatum? Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
That'd be an easy 40. So, I mean, it just depends on what kind of matchup they wanted to play with each other. But I just got a feeling Boston's going to, now that they realize that Tatum's close to being back to Tatum so quickly, I think they're just going to go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Put some people out.
Even Uncle Doug took the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, his second favorite team, huh?
Yeah. Well, speaking of Uncle Doug's favorite teams, we go over to the West, second round, where we have OKC and the Lakers for Uncle Doug, where he took OKC.
It's OKC.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need to talk about it that much.
For us, it was all OKC, Houston. We all took Houston.
But yeah, OKC.
But yeah, I think OKC will dog walk either one of those teams.
That's why, in the end, I didn't care about who I took, Lakers or Houston.
Now, I think it becomes a better series if Luka is back, but I still think they lose.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because there's like, I don't know, like 6 guys you could have guard him.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, Lou Dort or Casey Wallace or Caruso or
J-Dub.
J-Dub.
J-Dub is actually probably the best matchup for him.
Like, they could make life miserable for Luka.
Yeah.
Miserable. And they'd be like, you think you can whine and get fouls and get your way, Luka? Look at this guy we have. SGA can do it too.
That's true.
You want to have a flop contest? Let's go. LeBron be like, hold my shoes. I got this.
Oh, man.
No, I'm just joking. OKC's just fucking better than.
Yeah, I go ahead and do OKC too.
And then we have, that was pretty easy, by the way. Then we have the Denver Spurs matchup that we all have.
I don't like
And that is a mess.
I think that's going to be so fun, though, to watch.
I think it has the potential to be great because although Joker just, destroyed them and a lot of it head-to-head against Wemby the other day, doing that consistently in a 7-game series is going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Well, then, what a lot of people didn't talk about, Wemby played almost better than Joker. Wemby gave it to Joker as well. Joker scored 40. Wemby had 38.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 38, 18, 5, and 5. I mean, it was a phenomenal back and forth. But I think the playoff pedigree will be a big deal with Denver.
I agree.
And Denver can mess with the Spurs defense, I think, in a way that no one else can. Because Joker can sit outside and shoot all these threes at such a super, super high rate and keep Wemby out of the paint for such long periods of time to open things up for Gordon and Murray and everybody else to cut to the basket. So if you can draw Wemby out, like who's can draw Wemby out and keep him out in the perimeter just from a shooting standpoint? Who shoots better than Joker from a center standpoint?
Nobody. Yeah, maybe
So, like,
maybe Towns is close, but
But Towns got so much of his own problems that, I mean,
mm-hmm. Well, I guess my thing is you're right. I mean, and the other thing that's helped their offense so much is Gordon has turned himself into like a 39% 3-point shooter. Yeah. So you can't hide your big man on Gordon anymore because he also is shooting the 3 so well. Here's my thought on this is I am going to go with Denver, and because I think if Denver loses right now in the first, second, maybe even third round, if they lose, it'll be because of health, not because they got beat.
Yeah.
And they're finally healthy. If they can stay that way, I'm picking them.
I feel, yeah. To a certain extent, I feel the same way. I think the Spurs are fucking awesome. They have a ton of young, talented players that I really, really like to watch. I love Castle and Wemby and all that. But it's just throughout history of basketball, you usually have to take your lumps at least once or twice before you make a huge run. And they have the talent to beat anyone in the league, even now. They're super talented. But you always got to lose before you win. No one just bursts on the scene and instantly wins.
That's true.
So I just think, they're going to run up against Joker. If it's, like you said, a healthy Nuggets team, I think that will be their playoff series that they will come back next year and learn from and maybe make a deeper playoff run.
Ray, did you give us a pick?
No, not yet.
It's an intriguing matchup. Part of me wants to take the Spurs. I'm not gonna lie, just because I like them so much. But
Uncle Doug also took Denver, by the way.
I just kept leaning. I kept just coming back to Joker.
You know what? Much as I want to pick Denver, I think I'll ride with the Spurs on this matchup.
Okay. All right, back to the East for the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll just say Uncle Doug since I have it in front of me. He has the Pistons-Celtics matchup, and he took the Pistons.
Okay.
So he has the Pistons in the finals out of the Eastern Conference. I think all three of us have the Cavs and the Celtics.
Yep.
It's crazy how similar our brackets have been. We haven't really argued about anything.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Celtics. I love some of the Cavs players. They have some of my favorite players, and I think they have the talent to win a championship. But I trust the Celtics in tougher moments right now than I do the Cavaliers. I love the Cavaliers. I want them to succeed, but if I had to pick that Celtics team that's gotten over the hump and the Cavs team right now that we're watching, I'm gonna pick the Celtics team.
Well, I'm just gonna say one thing: James Harden. I've said for a long time that I don't know that it's possible to win a championship with James Harden. Now he's not necessarily their number one right now. He's maybe their number two, so that may be helpful. But until I can see it, I don't know if I can pick them. So I am also gonna go with the Celtics.
And you know what? I'm gonna be crazy here, and I'm gonna give the Cavs a shot.
I picked them to go to the finals last year, Ray.
Yeah,
We'll see if they get you this year.
probably, but
This is 2 years in a row I have the Celtics in the finals.
yeah.
I think I picked them too last year.
And then the Western Conference Finals, I do believe everybody in here and Uncle Doug has OKC Denver. Unless you just say you took the Spurs, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the Spurs on that one.
So you got OKC Spurs.
Yeah.
That's a fucking matchup, baby. See, here's my real opinion. With those top West teams, I think the team that has the best chance to beat OKC is Denver.
Yep.
But I think do I have this backwards? Or no, I think the team that has the best chance at beating OKC is the Spurs. I think they just match up well with them. But I think the team that has the best chance at beating the Spurs is Denver. And I think Denver has I don't remember. It's a little vicious circle.
I mean, the Spurs have had OKC's number all year long.
They have. Well, they're 4 or 5-0 against them.
I think they're 4-1.
Oh, that was one.
I think they lost one. I think they're 4-1. They play 5 times, right?
Well, they normally don't play that many, but they met in the finals of the
Playing.
not
the playing.
The
The
NBA
mid-season
Cup.
tournament, whatever it's called, the something cup.
The NBA Waste My Time Cup.
Well, I'll say this: I'm actually going to go with Denver here. I'm going to go with the Denver Celtics finals.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
Well, I'm going to pick Spurs one more time.
So you have a Spurs Cavs finals.
Yep.
That'd be interesting. I think both of these would be interesting.
All right. Well,
Uncle Doug has Pistons too.
Uncle Doug has
OKC?
Pistons OKC,
Okay.
and he has picked OKC to win.
Huh.
I am going to take Denver.
I'm going to take Boston.
You're going to take Boston. So Ray, you going to take those Spurs
That's tough.
or the Cavs?
Because I do like some Donovan Mitchell. Because he'll just give it to you on any given night.
Hey, Ray, you had the surprise pick of last year. You picked Indiana to go to the finals, didn't you?
Yeah.
And all of us had them losing in the first round or something, or second round.
For a
Yeah.
second, yeah.
Well, I think the Spurs have a more complete team. No question marks there really, except for youth. The question mark on the Cavs is Harden and maybe their bigs. But yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Spurs.
All right.
I dig it.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Unless like crazy injuries or something unforeseen happens, I think somebody's getting a jersey. Like we have
Yeah.
Celtics, Denver, OKC, and the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Watch the Cavs pull through. Cavs are like, it's our year, guys.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can see the Knicks coming out of the East.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's plausible.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what if like the Timberwolves come back and beat Denver in the first round and they
yeah.
make a run?
I mean, they've played in the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's probable, but I think it's possible. But I agree with that. I think we got some top tier teams locked down here.
Yeah.
I mean, last year's baseball, no jersey. Football, no jersey. Last year's basketball,
I won.
was that the one you won?
Yeah, I picked the Thunder.
Yeah. So it's been like a year since we've had to give out a jersey, and I think that this is the time. I don't know who it's gonna be for sure, because I think OKC could clearly win it again. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
for
no
sure.
doubt there. I mean, they're probably the favorites, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Wade said it earlier. I think Denver has the playoff pedigree, the best player in the world, and a legit shot at beating these teams. So I think they're there. The Celtics were the favorite 2 years in a row out of the East. They won it 2 years ago. They lost to the Knicks last year and was the second round.
I think so.
Yeah. And then but they were the favorites going in, and then this year they played majority of the season without Tatum, and then now they all of a sudden look like world beaters again. And then you have the Spurs, who Wade said multiple times they are stupid talented and athletic and play defense and play offense. It's just, is a team as young as they are going to make that big giant leap to first time making the playoffs to making the finals, but they have the talent. I think somebody's getting a jersey.
Spurs.
Jersey.
I feel like if no one gets one, that's
Spurs.
just bad luck.
Yeah.
Bad luck. We got all the bases covered here.
All right, gentlemen, that's all our picks. Do we want to talk about a little bit of awards before we get off here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a surprise to anybody, but we just found out tonight that Wemby was the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year.
I think everyone would have picked him to win, right?
Yeah, I totally would have picked him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's hindsight. I think that was just fair. I think everybody pretty much
Yeah.
assumed he was winning it. So I guess we can start big. Like, let's talk about that MVP. Who's winning MVP, guys?
I think
Who's even eligible?
It's SGA, Joker, and Wemby.
SGA.
I think SGA is going to win. I
Yes.
think I would vote for Joker.
Yeah, I think I'd be down
Yeah.
with Joker.
Because I mean, realistically, if it just depends on how you view it. If you're just going off of who's the best player in the world, then Joker should have this should be his 5th straight MVP.
Yeah.
He's been the best player in the world for the past 5 years, and he's got 3 MVPs during that time. We all know the Embiid one was a handout, and Shea's last year, I didn't think that was terrible. But Joker, just numbers wise, just kind of does crazy things that just most other people don't do, and he does it at an efficient level that we don't ever see. And to do it as a center.
Well, I mean, essentially, Joker is like...
You're like 28, 13, and 11.
Yeah, he's like the greatest offensive player of all time, like every year. Like
Yeah.
he essentially just takes it to another... He's like, guess what, guys? I'm going to be even more efficient. And I'm going to be even more efficient. Like, and it's kind of insane that he keeps getting better and not just stagnating, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's how we're looking at it. Like, by just looking through history and viewing how they hand out MVPs, Shea's gonna get it, and it'll be because of the usual stuff that, and I don't think it's terrible that he's gonna win it, but he's the best play. He is the best player on the best team for the regular season. He is scoring like 30 some points a game, and averaging like 6 or 7 assists, and he plays defense at a high level. He's an important defender on one of the top 3 or 4 defenses in the league. He's one of the best crunch time players, so I get it. And I don't think it'd be undeserving if Shea won, but you can always give it to Joker.
Yeah.
Wemby's just not there yet.
Yeah, I think Wemby will win at least a MVP in his career.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this was the year.
No.
And
He's definitely doing some fucking damage out there, but there's just a couple little things that he's just got to improve on.
so let me ask you guys something. And this will probably come up later in another episode, but I want to ask it now while the Laker fans aren't here. Can Luka be the best player in the world and not even make the MVP list?
I mean, for me, no. But there's a lot of people that have Luka number 1.
Yeah, but you gotta pay to play, and
I just think it's hard when, I mean, like he does put up gnarly numbers, and if we're just talking about offense, he is top 2 or 3 guy in the world.
but his defense is
Yeah.
horrendous.
And then when you compare him to all these other guys who either are really good defenders or at least okay defenders, and they've won MVPs and championships, I think that just kind of he just hasn't reached that, Like Joker's not a great defender, but he's got 3 MVPs and a Finals MVP.
Yeah. Well,
Luka's got none of that, and he's like one of the worst defenders in the world, and it affects his team. I don't know.
yeah.
He just has to get to some of his milestones if he even wants to be, Shea might, if Shea wins the championship again and goes back-to-back MVP, it's going to push him, like, he's going to be on an all-time great run as far as, like, guards in the history of basketball. He's surpassing Luka already.
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak. He just won a championship and an MVP last year. And he's about to try and do both of those again in back-to-back years. That'll put him in rare territory.
Mike. That's it. It's just him, Mike.
Yeah. So, like, it's going to put him in an echelon that Luka might not even be able to touch, and they're peers,
Well, I guess here's my thing with the Luka Joker SGA stuff is they're both just so incredibly more efficient than him.
Yeah, that's true,
Like,
too.
it's so and here there's levels to this we're talking about defense, okay? SGA is actually a good defender.
He is.
Joker is like an average defender. And Luka is a non-existent defender.
He's one of the worst in the world.
Yes, there's a case to be made that he's the worst defender in the whole NBA.
It's like him and Trae Young.
Yeah. And it's like, so in other words, you're just bleeding buckets on the defensive end. And yeah, you led the league in scoring this year at like 33. But SGA scored 31. Joker scored 28. It's not like you like completely destroyed them points per game. And they did it way more efficiently than you.
Yeah. I don't think people realize how efficient SGA is from a guard.
He's like 55, 38, and 83.
Yeah.
That's like his shooting percentages.
His weakness was 3-point shooting, but now he's good at that.
Yeah.
He doesn't shoot a ton of them, but he just good.
And Joker's even more efficient than that.
Oh yeah, he is. But I just feel like we all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
And I don't even like I've said in the past, I don't even like watching SGA play. So I'm not trying to have any favoritism. I just
Right, but if we're talking about like liking and watching them play because of fouls and whininess and things like that, Luka's right there.
no, he is. There's like 3 players I don't really like watching, like superstar wise, but kind of for different reasons. And it's kind of SGA for the way he flops. It drives me fucking nuts. I want to jump through the TV and just punch him. It makes me just not even want. Yeah. I get tired of watching Luka just scream at everybody and get away with it. Him and Draymond get away with so much. The way they treat people is insane.
And just never run down the court. I'm gonna stay down here and yell at the referee and sit down here and pout with my hands on my hips while the other 4 guys on my team play defense for an entire possession.
Yeah.
Which is why they were like 21st in defense or whatever. But then the other player, superstar I don't like watching is actually Giannis. And I like Giannis as a person and stuff, but I fucking hate watching him play basketball in this era. I've gone over this before. No one's allowed to touch him, but he gets to run as fast as he can, plow through you as hard as he can, like an NFL running back.
Yeah, that's.
And when you get plowed over, they call you for a foul, even though you just stand there with your hands up 15 feet away waiting for him. And that's what he does over and over and over. And I just can't stand watching it. But whole nother conversation.
Yep. It's like sometimes they take in the basketball out of the NBA.
It can be silly sometimes, but yeah.
Kind of like the WWE, where now it's just more like a ballerina stage performance, and they've taken the wrestling out of the ring.
And I feel like nowadays it's very streaky. I feel like there's sets of referees that will let you play a little bit more, and then there's other ones that are a little ticky tacky. But hopefully we can just find some consistency and move on.
Yeah.
But no, with the Luka thing, I just think there's just guys that have just accomplished more than him that are his peers, and I think he just has to replicate some of that. Was James Harden ever considered the best player in the world during his prime?
I don't think so.
No, it was always LeBron or Kevin Durant or Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones accomplishing everything.
But Harden did win an MVP.
Yeah, he got one.
And so did Westbrook.
And scoring titles and assist championships. He's literally... Luka's just the white Harden at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even really meaning that in a terrible way. I mean, Harden's going to go down as an all-time great shooting guard.
Oh, he's a definite Hall of Famer.
I mean, easily. I mean, he's going to go down as one of the greatest offensive players ever. Now, he's going to be classified as one of the ones that didn't get over the hump, so that will affect his legacy, but he's still going to go down as a top, I don't know, easy top 50, I'd say. But
well, we kind of beat this horse for a little bit, so let's talk about something else that seems to be gaining a lot of traction that I didn't really see coming. Who's the rookie of the year?
I got Knipple.
The dude from Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'd pick.
It has nothing to do with just like pure ability. Cooper's, I think, better than Con Knipple.
Yeah, he's a better basketball player.
Con Knipple, or not, Cooper Flag is gonna be an amazing player. He's already shown signs of it. But I just think, just for the same reasons that we hear other people say, Con Knipple had contributed to a team that had a winning record and was in playoff contention and was, they were a favorite to come out of the play-in. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way for them. But, yeah, he just contributed to winning, and he had really the only new thing on that Hornets team is him, and they've been a dumpster fire for I don't know how many years straight, and then they get him, and he improved their whole team. So I just think that speaks for something.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I will say this. I do tend to lean towards voting for Cooper Flag, although I do like Knipple in the way he played this year. And I've heard what you just said a lot, Wade, and I have questions about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't Charlotte been in the play-in like 3 years in a row?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So, maybe I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, I apologize. But, whoa, what was that?
Oh, you're good.
Did they really improve?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're in the play, they lost in the play-in for the 3rd year in a row. You know, so that you know what I mean. Like I don't
mean,
know.
I think in a traditional, where were they in the actual?
They were 9 or 10.
They were
Okay.
9 or 10. I mean,
Because
I thought they had a
they
winning.
played the 9-10 game, so yeah, they had to be 9 or 10.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they had a winning record, which I don't think they've had in a while. But
I can look at the standings. I have it
yeah,
pulled up. Hold on.
maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't get as far as I thought they did. But
Well, they started off the year really bad.
yeah, they're normal shitty self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I kicked the wrong button. Um, they were 9. But they did have a winning record. You were correct on that. Now I don't know what their record was last year, but yes, they were the 9 seed with a 44-38 record.
Last year they won 19 games.
Ugh.
So I'd say he made a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, you were 100% right on that. Man, what was I thinking of? Maybe they made the play in the year before. I don't know. I really thought they made the play in quite a bit here recently. But I guess my thing is I don't know. I don't have any beef with the Knipple pick. I just thought over the course of the year, and yes, I know like people were like, oh, some of these are empty stats, you know, because they lost a lot. But like,
I mean, Cooper's whole second half of the season were empty stats. But it's not his fault though. Like
he's playing with a bunch of G League guys.
I mean, two things can be true at once. They are empty stats. They fucking suck, and they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The
But
Mavericks were
he
trash.
also had like 3 50-point games,
No.
like 5 40-point
Yeah.
games.
He was
and-
setting rookie records.
Yeah, he was breaking a bunch of records.
He was slaughtering people.
And I watched him play the Magic one night. He went for like 51 or something like that.
Oh Lord!
And it didn't matter who we put on him, man. He was just getting buckets.
He's gonna be a star. He's gonna have a better career than Knipple, and he's already better than Knipple right now. I just think it's rare for just a rookie to just push a team up and make them into a winning team, I guess. Even though they weren't, contending for the championship, they improved by
You know what I find
26 wins.
most interesting about the Hornets team this year is they seem to have played better this year, and they cut Ball's minutes. They're like, hey, you're going to play less.
Yeah.
And we got better.
Now, this was not the case for the play-in stuff, but they kind of reeled him in a little bit throughout the regular season. It wasn't him just getting to do literally whatever he wanted, which there for a couple of years when they were dumpster fires, he literally was doing whatever he wanted. And,
Yeah.
And plus, he played more this year. There were a couple of years in a row where he played like 36 games.
Yes, he did play more games for sure.
Yeah.
I was talking minutes.
No.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, his games were. I thought a lot of their players were more available than they had been in the past.
No, I mean, what's the other wing? I like him too.
Is it Miller?
Yeah, Brandon Miller. I liked him coming out.
He's good.
He was hurt like 2 years in a row, but he actually played quite a bit this year.
Yeah, I think he averaged like 20.
Yeah, he had a really good year. He was their leading scorer this year, I think. Anyway, I may be wrong on that too. I may be pulling stuff out my butt.
So are you for sure? Are you going with Cooper Flag? Is that
I think I am gonna go with Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I really don't know which one's gonna win.
I don't either, and I see what you're saying about the winning stuff, and if it was like, I do think the winning comes into play, because I always thought that about the Melo LeBron Rookie of the Year thing, because I was like, their stats are super similar, and Melo's on the 2 seed and LeBron missed the playoffs, and I was like, there's a huge difference there,
Plus, on top of it, Knipple did set a bunch of 3-point records.
He did. I think he now is the single season franchise holder for a rookie, or franchise holder for the franchise, and then he's also the all-time rookie 3-point makes.
Well, they showed like a bunch of like three-point shooting legends who in his rookie year he already has made more threes in a season than like Ray Allen ever did, Kyle Korver ever did, Reggie Miller ever did. Like, all these legends, his rookie year, he hit more threes in his rookie season than they had ever hit in a season in their entire careers.
Well,
so like he's just on pace if he can keep this up. Like It's just showing that like this new version of basketball, all the 3-point records are going to be insane
No,
going forward.
I've been saying this for a few years. Like, Steph's record is in trouble.
Oh yeah, because that's all people do now.
Yeah, because they're shooting so many of the dang things. We're going to have other guys come into the league that are really good shooters, Knipple being an example of that, and their rookie year are going to shoot 400 or 500 of them.
I mean, Knipple made like 275.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like we were just praising Steph for being the only person to ever do 300 a handful of years ago. Knipple came in as a rookie and was only like 25 away from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like Harden's second all time.
Yeah.
He's not in like. He's
not
not
an
on
elite
like
shooter.
Reggie Miller's level of 3-point shooting, but
No.
he's shot so many more.
Well,
that he's second all time.
LeBron's like 5th or 6th now.
Yeah, and he's like what shoots 34% from three for his career. Yeah, like I think a lot of the legends, like people already don't mention Larry Bird anymore as an all-time great shooter, and I think in a decade or two, people are gonna forget about people like Reggie Miller and Ray Allen.
Yeah, I agree.
They're gonna forget about how phenomenal of shooters they were because they're not gonna be on the all-time 3-point list because they just didn't shoot as many threes. They played a different style of
That's what
basketball.
I'm saying. They're going to be like in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not going to be top 10 guys anymore.
Even guys like like Allen, was it Allen Houston?
Allen Houston, yeah.
Who could just stroke, dude. Just sit out there and just like there's so like Jason Terry, phenomenal. I remember watching him shoot when I was a little kid. Like just so many great shooters that are just no one's gonna give two shits about here shortly. But anyway,
Yeah. So we talked about Rookie of the Year. We talked about MVP. What do y'all think about Sixth Man? I mean, this is a tough year for Sixth Man.
I wouldn't even know what to pick on that one.
To be honest with you, I'm trying to come up with in my head who the three are. Because it was a really down year for Sixth Man.
Does Knipple start?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Do one of the Hawks guys come off the bench? One of their good guys?
It's Jaime Jaquez, Keldon Johnson, and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh. I'd probably go Keldon Johnson, but just probably because I watched him more than the other guys. But
He was 13, 5, and 1 on 52%. Jaquez was 15, 5, and 4 on 50%. He actually had a pretty decent year, although his team was way worse. And Tim Hardaway Jr. was 13, 2, and 1 on 44%.
I mean, I watched Keldon Johnson come in and turn around quite a few games for the Spurs. So
Yeah, he definitely did.
I mean, I'm not saying that Jaime Jaquez didn't have a similar effect. I didn't watch that much Heat games this year, to be completely honest, and I know he's a scrappy guy, but
No, I think I would go with Keldon because not only did he put up good numbers, maybe not quite on the level of Jaquez, but really good numbers. But his team is really, really good. I mean, the Heat missed the playoffs.
well, Keldon Johnson was a guy that has had to take a back seat in the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And since they've gotten Fox and Castle and Harper now,
Yeah.
plus Wemby, all on that team, his role is diminished.
He was their best player a couple years ago.
That's what I'm saying. People were talking about him and Jeremy fucking Sohan. And now we've moved on to all this, like greener pastures. And so him to just accept that role and then play it really, really well and help this young team develop, I think it also kind of gives him a bonus. In my book, anyway.
Yeah. What do you think, Ray?
I have no idea, really. I mean, Spurs have been good. Hawks have been all right. Who was the third guy?
Tim Hardaway Jr. in Denver.
Oh, yeah, I don't
The
know about all
Hawkins
that.
guy's on the Heat.
Oh, is he on the Heat?
Yeah, I was wrong about the Hawks player.
No, I'd probably have to go with the dude on the Spurs. I mean, I don't know if I'd give it to Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked to hear he's a finalist.
So, all right, what do y'all think about old coach of the year? It's been a pretty crazy race this year. You got Bickerstaff for Detroit. You got Mitch Johnson from the Spurs and Joe Mazzulla from Boston.
I'd have to go Spurs again, I think
Yeah.
so.
I understand a couple of the other guys' arguments. I think Bickerstaff and Missoula both have good arguments.
They definitely do. I think the the craziest thing for Missoula is the fact that they're the 2 seed and Tatum didn't play majority of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
Yeah.
definitely crazy.
And then
But
they made major moves, and then they all paid off.
I just think, to me personally, the team that surprised me the most from the beginning, from going into the season till now, is the Spurs.
Yeah, he's got those guys playing so hard. He's got them locked in on defense.
I mean, they're literally
know.
they're literally the better version of the Pistons.
Yeah,
Like, they do a lot of the similar stuff the Pistons do, but just at a higher level,
I agree.
and they can diversify their offense a little more. And the Celtics have the guy Mazzulla has a good case. You can definitely make a case for him, but I was just more surprised by the Spurs, and in my opinion, right now the West is kind of a different animal than the East. But
Although the East was a lot better this year than people thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Way
yeah,
better.
I mean, the East was fine. I just think the top 6-7 teams in the West are just be very stacked at times. Just a gauntlet to go through.
All right, what do y'all think about most improved player? Our 3 applicants are Jalen Duren from the previously mentioned Pistons,
Okay.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker from the Hawks, and Denny Avdia from the Blazers. And I think you guys know where my pick's going.
The Blazers guy.
Obvia.
Yeah, I've been on the Avdia train a little bit this year, and I mean, would you have thought that he was going to average 26, 7, and 7 before the season?
No.
Well, I don't even think I knew the guy, so I wouldn't.
Yeah,
even-
you and Drew didn't know who he was when I put him on my
Yeah.
top 10 list mid-season.
I mean, Denny Avdia's definitely improved a ton, but I think the only guy that has a chance against him is him.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Walker. Yeah,
He
he's had a great season, man.
He was like a 9th or 10th man on the Timberwolves, averaging 7 points a
Yeah.
game.
yeah.
Now he's like a starter, averaging 20 some, and he's one of the best defenders in the league. I was just like, what the fuck that come from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it all happened pretty much after they traded Trae Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think either one of those guys would be. I'll probably go Walker since you're going Avia. Just mix it up, but
Although I will say this though, Jalen Duren had a great season.
I like him the most out of the 3.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him a lot, but I already thought he'd shown signs of being kind of good.
But he had a great playoff run last year.
Yeah, and he'd always rebounded and played and was physical down low. He was just a little more consistent offensively this year.
Yeah.
And maybe upped a few other things up a little bit, but he'd already shown signs, I thought, of being a good young player, and just kind of made some small improvements. But the other 2 guys went to another stratosphere.
Yeah. I agree. I don't even want to talk about clutch player because I don't even know what they
what
know
is
what they
that
mean
even?
by it.
They just base it off some percentage that they have now.
Yeah.
That's all the writers do. They just hit the guy with the number 1 clutch percentage.
which is weird.
It's just random from year to year.
Yeah, it totally is. Like a couple years ago, De'Aaron Fox, I felt like was hitting a game winner once a week, and I was like, "That's the clear clutch player." They didn't even make the top 3.
Like Steph Curry got he
Yeah.
won it once or twice, I think.
And
Yeah,
I don't know.
did they give it to Fox one year?
I don't know if they did.
I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird award.
So I do want to touch on one more thing before we get out of here. I think it's a crock of crap that the NBA approved Luka and Cade for the awards at the end of the season.
Really? Was it like a waiver situation?
They appealed, and they were granted their appeal because Luka missed 2 games to go for his baby being born, which I'm fine
Okay.
with. I don't
Yeah,
care.
that's legit.
But he was also suspended because he got too many technicals because he's a crybaby.
Yeah.
And here's my thing: you made the rule. Now just stick with the dang rule. You know, it's not like he was held hostage by Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nakatomi Tower.
and then Cade Cunningham, they said was a non-basketball injury, so they were going to prove it. And I'm like, but it happened on the floor. So how is it a non-basketball injury?
It's still an
The
injury.
Cade thing was just the NBA trying to avoid bad publicity.
But at the same time, they denied Ant. So Ant is not going to make it. And his.
Now,
Sorry, go ahead.
what was his like? How many games did he play? Did he miss by one or was it more?
Which one?
Ant.
Ant played 65 games this year, but he only played 10 minutes in one of them, so it doesn't count.
So he's just the same. Like one. He was like one game short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
all
like
right.
10 minutes short, actually.
Okay. Then yeah, I didn't know if he was right up against the mark either, or if he was like 3 or 4 games behind. But you said he'd missed like 7 games because he got like an infection or
He
something.
got staph infection, yeah.
Yeah. So I just didn't know exactly what his game situation was. But yeah, if he was just one behind, then
That's pretty
kinda
lame
stupid
too. Yeah.
to accept 2 people and not the third. But what do you do?
Just gotta go with it. And just let the rich people worry about their goddamn
Oh, I was
awards.
wrong. So I don't know where I got that because I just listened to a podcast that talked about how he missed it because he left a game early. He played 61 games.
61.
61?
Mhm.
Maybe that's it then, since he had so much farther to go.
Yeah.
Sucks though, because I mean, Ant's clearly one of the top few players in the world. But
Yeah, he totally is. I mean, I think both times this season he's been a unanimous guy on our top 10 lists.
yeah, and usually he's like in like the 4 or 5 spot.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like he's like at 8. You know,
Mhm.
like he's like top 5.
Speaking of our top 10 list, there is one more coming for season's end. We don't have it all done yet. Not all the lists have gotten into me yet. They're not supposed to be including the playoffs. Who knows when Drew will get his in, at this point. But me, Ray, and Wade have ours in.
Yeah, I'm on top of my game.
Are we
today.
the only ones?
No, Biggie has his in.
Okay.
Dalton has his in. Brock has his in. Uncle Doug has his in.
Oh, so it's just Drew.
As far as the normal podcast, Drew's the only one. We're still waiting on Robert, who also sends his in through Drew. So who knows? Drew may have it. And we're
funny.
waiting on Buddy, Schaller, and Mark.
Oh, okay.
So
My list is definitely different.
yeah, Biggie was actually numero uno this time. He got his in first.
Oh.
He probably sent it to me like 30 minutes after I asked him.
Oh, wow.
Every time I make a list, as soon as I'm like 20 minutes after I'm done and I send it to you, I think of some other player that I didn't think of. And I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah,
But, oh well. Someone's got to be left out.
it's true. It's true. It's gonna be interesting. The ones we have so far, it's gonna be very interesting. All right. Well, I think that's about time to wrap it up. We appreciate you tuning in for this NBA playoff preview. And I have no idea what's coming next. Maybe our top 10 episode, maybe our next episode of baseball. I don't even know what's coming next.
Oh, yeah. Baseball.
So you'll just have to tune in next week and find out.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.